Hey everyone, I wanted to make a short video to highlight what I think is an important moment that I witnessed live yesterday. I was doing a stream with a few supporters and random people who joined on. Unfortunately, the recording for that didn't come out very well, so instead I just want to do a highlight. So this is outside of a federal building in LA, I believe the Department of Homeland Security building, based on the loading dock. Now we have National Guard troops here stationed outside, and the protest has been going on for some time. As you can see from the timestamp, this live stream started almost 4 hours ago. Now I watched the bulk of that stream, and let me say that during that time, the protest was entirely peaceful. Now, we're beginning to see more police showing up with less lethal ammunition, with things like pepper balls, with rubber bullet guns. Protester is calling, asking, "What are you doing?" to the woman there who has one of these less lethal weapons. And yes, that is Australian reporter Lauren Tomasi in the foreground, same one who was shot in the leg with a rubber bullet in what anyone besides a bootlicker would say was an unprovoked assault by law enforcement with a deadly weapon. But not here to talk about that. That's been talked about enough. That's been observed enough. I'm talking about a less noticed but still important moment here. That says it all. We have been peaceful, he's saying. And again, I watched. You're welcome to watch this too. I defy anyone to watch this stream and find a moment of violence by the crowd prior to the incident that's about to happen. And also, for some important context, when law enforcement clears a place, they're supposed to issue a warning. They're supposed to declare it an unlawful assembly before they just start using whatever force they see fit. That's how it's supposed to work. This is a combination of National Guards and Department of Homeland Security police. You can see it says DHS police on their uniforms. And we can see Guardsmen, California National Guard with riot shields beginning to deploy. But the crowd remains peaceful, as you will see. They become upset, of course, shouting louder, pleading louder, but they don't attack, they do not aggress in any way. And here we see the line forming up of riot shields. The crowd is, I think, understandably upset by this. A lot of very strong verbal response, but no physical response. Nothing's being thrown, no violence, and again, we can hear it. You're welcome to listen to it again. There's no warning being given, no instructions, no declaration of unlawful assembly. Crowd is pleading, "Don't let this escalate," and the line begins to advance. And as far as we can see, the crowd is complying. They're falling back as they're ordered to. You can hear some of the protesters also calling for everyone to move back. A few stragglers are, angry with the action just now. Here we see someone very aggressively shoved to the ground. Looks to be a woman. It's unclear what preceded that, but it certainly seems excessive to me. And let me tell you, I've also watched a lot of Charlottesville footage, and the police on that day were not half as rough with the white supremacists and neo-Nazis as these National Guard and Department of Homeland Security troops are with these peaceful protesters. So the only explanation I have for why that clearing action even happened is that shortly after, you see many of these police vehicles in convoy come to the compound. But that raises the question, why not communicate with the crowd? Why not say, please clear the loading dock? It doesn't make sense unless they were being intentionally provocative or dangerously negligent. I'm not a crowd control expert, but I would think if you need to clear the loading dock for an incoming convoy, the procedure would be to first tell people, please clear the loading dock. But I don't know. And just for reference again, on Sunday, this preceded pretty much any unrest, any destruction of property, violence that I saw later on in the day. This was pretty early on. This was about 11 a.m., maybe noon in LA time. So as far as I can see, there does not appear to have been a reasonable justification for the violence we saw, for the force used. And that's something to keep in mind as the media, especially the right-wing media and the corporate media, continues to try and spin this.